Yeah, I recently got into a relationship, and one thing I don't miss about the whole dating game would be every time you bring a new girl over to your house, you have to give them a little house tour, and then you get to the bedroom, and every time they say the same thing. They go, "Oh, is this where the magic happens?" "Yeah, this is where I will guess your card, pull a rabbit out of a hat, and make your daddy issues disappear." But yeah, the bedroom, that's an interesting place. There's one thing guys do that in the bedroom I don't quite understand, and that's, how do I put this without being too disgusting? When a guy pulls out of the race just before the finish line, and then crosses the finish line on her stomach. What's going on here? It's like, that's the best part of the race, you know? The end is the best part. You know, it's like the equivalent of a guy climbing all the way to the top of a mountain. You reach the top, the summit, the payoff, and you spend the entire time trying to figure out how to text your buddy a picture of an icicle that looks like a dick. Or like paying for a 30-minute massage, and in the last 5 minutes you decide to rub your back into the door jamb instead. Or maybe if you want to take a road trip from Seattle to New York City, and at the very last second you just say, "Fuck it, let's go to Jersey instead." It doesn't make sense, everybody. But yeah, I just recently got out of a relationship, and, or in a relationship. Whoa! And it's good, but you know, meeting all the new friends can be interesting, because every group of friends seems to have that one friend that nobody can really explain how they know them, why they're friends with them. And they always seem to say the same thing as well. They say, "Oh, you know, you really just just gotta get to know them a little bit better." And that's the absolute telltale sign that someone is an absolute piece of shit when someone has to say that about them. But I'm not trying to say I'm better than anybody else, okay? I have my own shit too. Like, I'll eat 9 candy bars and wash it down with a glass of almond milk because regular milk is bad for you. Or every payday, I live like a king for 2 days. With fine wine, cigars, restaurants, and then reality kicks back in. And the next 12 days, I try to figure out how I'm going to pay rent, how I'm going to put gas in my car, and if I eat nothing but eggs and instant potatoes the next 12 days, will I explode? What's another weird thing I do? I can't sit on a toilet seat, everybody. I choose to hover. I hover in public, I hover in my own house. I've never actually sat on my own house, on my toilet seat in my own house. It's a sickness. But if anybody wants to have a wall sit competition, count me in. But yeah, I was in the bathroom yesterday. I had a nice hover going, and I noticed that the roll of toilet paper was gone, but it was not replaced. I had to wonder, did this person's ass really only require the exact amount of toilet paper left on that roll? Or more likely, did they get what they could and didn't think that changing the roll was worth a little bit of poop in their pants? But you know what, to be fair, you can give them the benefit of the doubt, and you know, maybe they saw the roll was getting low and decided to live like a king with extra large folds and crumples until the whole roll was gone. I don't think that happened. I think they got a little bit of poop in their pants, everybody. But yeah, I got sort of an anger problem I'm dealing through. Working through, dealing through, whatever, how you say it. I was in the gym, and I don't know, there's something weird happening there in the gym locker room. Like the old guys who think it's appropriate to blow dry their ball sack in front of everyone. What's happening here? And they put one leg up on the bench like with so much pride, they're like some Viking with their foot on the bow of a ship sailing across the seas with the wind in their balls. Or like some perverted version of Captain Morgan, like, "Oh, you got the captain in ya?" Well, if the captain is an image of your ball sack filling up with air haunting me for the rest of the day, then yes, I have the captain in me. It's just weird. It's kind of like a guy poking another guy on Facebook. It's just weird. Don't do it. It's enough. Stop it. Facebook, that's a fun place. I used to have my first and middle name on Facebook for whatever reason, and a friend of mine messaged me and said, "Oh, you know what happened? What, you marry a guy?" What the fuck are you talking about? If I married a guy, he would take my last name. I wouldn't take his. Why do I automatically have to be the hypothetical bitch in this relationship? Or that. One other person I don't really understand that my anger issues really thrive at is in the car at the red light. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this before, but you get to the red light and there's that guy, he moves up 1 inch every 5 seconds, stopping and starting, making you think the light keeps turning green and distracting you from texting like everybody else at the red light. This is the same asshole that has the family cartoon